Hello indie game fan, it's been a rough couple of days for me but don't worry, I'm doing okay. So let's kick off a huge edition of indie gaming this week with Her Name Was Fire, the latest Vampire Survivors style bullet heaven action roguelite, which does look pretty good, having a great reception to its demo and is worth a look. Hallowlands is a top-down action-adventure farming title with a slightly spooky theme, being perfect for Halloween season, when partial to the Stardew Valley style toolbar at the bottom, but does seem to be more combat focused. This video is brought to you by ASTLIBRA Revision, an action platformer RPG from a solo Japanese developer that does look kind of awesome. It is a journey of time and fate, as our hero battles his way through the world, fighting against gigantic, godlike bosses with some very impressive designs. It harkens back to the golden age of action JRPGs, as can be seen with the mind-numbing amount of activity on screen, from screen-filling attack animations and all sorts of numbers popping off, giving you that instantaneous feedback as you slice your way through enemies. There is an extensive RPG and equipment system as well. We are able to spec in a variety of directions, from melee warrior, ranged archer or magic wielding mage, but are also able to mix and match, so you could have a melee focused wizard for example. This is a labour of love, where the developer worked on this for 14 years, with more than 60 hours of gameplay and even endgame content, so if you want some action this week, this is one to get, or at the very least, wishlist this for now.
Once upon a time, there was an old teddy bear who wandered the world of childhood dreams. There he met outlandish magical creatures and many other fairy tale heroes. The brave knight, made out of plush, acquired magical powers. Thus began his adventure-filled journey.
A neat-looking dark fantasy action platformer is The Darkest Tales, one where you play as a teddy bear, delving deep into the nightmarish world of the far side of Happy Ever After in search of its owner. The action and animations in this looks great, and I do like the little touches, such as the bear using the split blades of a scissors as the primary weapon. A wonderful looking open world exploration title is Paradise Marsh, where you're exploring the wetland, catching bugs and chatting with other characters, all in a bid to help the constellations in the night sky looking absolutely delightful. I've had my eye on Ozymandias' Bronze Age Empire sim ever since it was revealed, since this promises a more fluid strategy experience which can be done in one sitting, as compared to the epic many days campaigns of a Civilization game, but does appear to have deep strategy as well. There are a whole bunch of bigger games of interest, such as Atari Mania, one that takes you through gaming history with some of Atari's classics, with a nice wrapper and a cohesive meta structure, looking quite interesting. LEGO games have really taken off in their own right, where the complete LEGO Star Wars game sold a ridiculous 3.2 million copies within 2 weeks of launch, so it's no wonder that they're continuing to experiment with games, with the latest being Bricktales, a puzzle adventure title where you're building things brick by brick, used in solving puzzles in this little dioramas, and looks very charming. An awesome fantasy tactics title is Lost Eidolons, having a very classic setup of warring nations, where you play as a mercenary captain leading your band to victory, with a great look as well.
You saved my life today. I hope I can repay you someday.
War changes a man, when virtue is rewarded with suffering.
I get the sense he's not interested in talking.
We've suffered enough losses already.
Sooner or later, it's gonna come down to you against him.
To hell and back, brother. Please, Cap. Promise me we'll win this war.
There's no escaping it. You and I are fated for this.
To hell with fate! You're not taking one more thing from me! I'll tear your world apart.
Somehow, Wakfu is back with one more gate, a Wakfu Legend, a roguelite deck builder which is quite different from its tactical MMO roots, but does look like a nice change of pace and should be able to stand on its own 2 feet. One of the grossest games makes its release in Scorn, a horror first-person title that is filled with all sorts of disgusting and scorchy bits, where apparently there is no dialogue or text in this game, which is an interesting choice. Stranded: Alien Dawn was announced at Gamescom 2022, and while we only have a cinematic trailer, this is actually a survival colony sim management game rather than a first-person survival game, which was not what I was expecting, where it comes to us from developer Hemimont Games, who did make Surviving Mars, and going further back, Victor Vran. So I trust that this should be pretty alright. I don't quite know what to make of this, but Torchlight Infinite is the latest entry in the action RPG franchise, but the original developer was shut down, with some of the team reforming as Extra Games, who made the middling Torchlight 3, and then they were acquired by Zynga, with the IP being passed to publisher Perfect World, who then gave it to Chinese developer XD.com, where, major red flags alert, it will be a free-to-play title with microtransactions, so let's just say I'm not exactly excited, but maybe this will be more Path of Exile instead of Diablo Immortal. Another free-to-play action RPG is UNDECEMBER, this time coming to us from a Korean developer, where the Steam Next Festival demo was well received, but the microtransactions will be a concern since Korean titles are notorious in how pay-to-win they can be, but hopefully that's not the case here. Smaller games begin with A Hero's Rest, a management sim where you're running a medieval town in a fantasy world, having to cater and support adventurers as well as send them on quests, looking kind of neat. Arrival Zero Earth is another Bullet Heaven title that did decently at the Steam Next Festival, with a War of the Worlds inspiration in the enemy designs and theme. A retro first-person shooter from 1997 that is getting a re-release on Steam is Chasm the Rift, looking pretty alright and might be worth a look.
Of a disaster from one of the power stations. This looks very much like the actions of the Time Strikers.
We found that the monsters use energy fields in order to transport to our dimension. Of the pyramids to alter the flow of time. This is our only chance. We will send you through time. Earth depends on you.
Eville is a social deduction game inspired by titles like Mafia, Werewolf and Town of Salem, looking to appeal to the streamer crowd.
Hello there, and welcome to Eville. As your mayor, let me be the first to say, this is a safe place to...
Another mayor dead. They don't last very long around here. This used to be a quiet, peaceful place. Times have changed. These days, no one is safe, not even in their own homes. And the conspirators are to blame. They lurk in the shadows and strike when nobody's watching. However, all hope is not lost. Each one of you possesses remarkable skills that will aid in your quest for justice. Special abilities that not only help you uncover the conspirators, but also prove your innocence. You will have to trap, spy, and even kill to help ensure your survival. For some of you, won't be so lucky. Fear not, because even in the afterlife, you can aid your fellow villagers. You must work together and find the conspirators hiding in plain sight. With the information you've gathered, cast your vote to eliminate the wreakers of havoc and restore order to Eville.
Fueled Up is the next Overcooked-like co-op multiplayer title where you and your crew are working together to repair damaged spaceships, looking like that same sort of chaotic fun.
Chaos.
Island Berry is a great-looking farming life sim title, combining both real-world sections as well as time spent in what seems like a dream world with farming, fishing, and combat looking like my kind of game. Mage and Monsters is an auto-battler title where you select a mage and create an army, having to select the right composition and to time your spells at critical moments, looking pretty hectic. Overhaul is an action roguelite but with a puzzle element, which is an interesting mix, although I don't see much of a crossover in those audiences and I don't know who this is for, but kudos to the team for trying something different. Somber is a moody platformer that looks like it requires a degree of precision, having a silhouetted look that is well done.
Greetings, colonist. Due to a catastrophic failure, your consciousness has been uploaded to the ship's neural network, and your former body has been discarded. Sorry for the inconvenience. All drones are at your disposal. Good luck.
Stardeus is a colony sim where you repair broken spaceships with drones in order to rescue crew members, looking ambitious and will be for fans of the genre.
The future of the ship is in your hands.
The Case of the Golden Idol is a point-and-click adventure game with an interesting art style where you're literally getting words from dialogue and books to be used in your investigation, looking like something different. We also get the Steam and current-gen console release for The Eternal Cylinder, a very weird and unique exploration title that is worth a look if you have not played this.
Somewhere out amongst the stars, there is a world teeming with life and beauty. But this world is dominated by a terrible alien force. The Eternal Cylinder. No one knows what it is or where it came from. They only know that it cannot be stopped. But sometimes it is the smallest, most unassuming of creatures that manage to find a way forward. To survive, they must band together. Mutate, adapt, evolve, learn, and overcome. But no matter what they do, one fact remains. The eternal cylinder cannot be stopped.
We also have the long-awaited release of Trifox, an action-adventure top-down shooter where you play as a fox, being able to choose from 3 classes and to mix abilities from all 3, looking okay but might be kind of generic.
Whatever this thing is, it kills people, and it's going to kill everyone in town if we don't stop it.
I just talked about the Stranger Things like Unusual Findings, an adventure game set in the 1980s which has nailed the setting, so hopefully the writing is good and the puzzles enjoyable.
Banga-banga-lang, you fool! What the hell was that? It wasn't a wolf, that's for sure. Let's fight! Splattered everywhere.
This can't be good.
I don't know where the hell you came from, but you messed with the wrong mother.
Anyone else know that you...
Venice 2089 is a good-looking exploration-adventure game where you live in the sinking city at some point in the future, but I'm interested in the narrative here. Let's kick off the top 5 with Cultic, a fantastic looking boomer shooter that nails the vibes of games from the 90s, with plenty of action and shotgun blasts mixed in with bits of the supernatural, and is perfect for October.
Curiosity drives us forward.
leading us to explore the known and challenge the unknown.
Astrago's Curse of the Stars is an amazing-looking third-person action-adventure game coming to us from a Taiwanese developer and looks very promising.
Yet it also makes us forget our limits, an attempt to control that which should never be touched. The righteous path is always fraught with danger. The curse of Aphis has proven this, and none of us should repeat the same mistake.
Come on, do it.
Sunday Gold was delayed by a month from September, so here's hoping that it makes it to release, being a detective adventure game about 3 criminals fighting against an evil mega corporation, where there are plenty of RPG and progression systems, as well as JRPG style turn-based combat with one of the slickest art styles that I have seen.
Can't be going around smashing windows and kicking in doors all the time. Hey, what are you doing here?
Oh, that's Barry's office. What happened?
There's liters of his blood all over the place.
This bloke owed money to vampires or something.
I love farming sims, so of course Coral Island needs to be mentioned, one that has a tremendous amount of hype behind it for good reasons, so let's see if it lives up to expectations. And of course, 9 Years of Shadows has to be mentioned, a pixel art Metroidvania that looks so very good, with the different elemental armors and variety in abilities should be fun, with intimidating looking bosses as well, where we could really use more of these for 2022 since the releases so far have just been okay.